Yes, it started recording. Okay, Khalid, read. I can hear you, Khalid. Khalid, I can't hear you. Let me pick someone else. Man البشري. Man.
Mr. But Ibrahim is absent.
Yes, teacher.
Ibrahim Rabia is absent.
Yeah, the whole day, Mr. He's absent.
Okay. Khalid Isa, you didn't answer me, Khalid. Wait later. You can take later. You can talk later.
Okay.
After this question. Man al-Bishri, read this question.
Humans have nearly 80 different kinds of organs. Each organ serves a specialized purpose in the body. For example, the brain serves as the control center of the body. What do single-celled organisms have that serve the same purpose as organs?
So he's talking about organs in multicellular organisms. What in the single-celled organisms serves the same purpose as organs? Atoms, molecules. Bravo, man. Organelles. So Khalid Isa.
Yeah, okay.
Khalid, okay. Let's go for second question. Khalid, read it.
What is it?
Read the second question.
Okay. I don't see the question.
You have a delay, Khalid. Your internet connection is bad.
I don't see nothing. I don't see.
You have a problem with connection, Khalid. So wait later, Khalid. Wait later, Khalid. We can come to you later. Ibrahim is absent. Ibrahim Rabia. Faisal.
Yes.
Read this question, Faisal. Mesentery. Mesentery, Faisal, if you read it. Faisal.
Mister, now I see the question. Can I say?
Yes, you can go ahead.
What? Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, Mister. The mesentery is structure that connects. Mesentery is a structure that connects the loop of the small intestine. The
mesentery
binds binds the intestine together so that it can't get tangled or twisted. The mesentery
also.
Mister, I don't see the screen. Yeah, also carries blood, nerve signals, and lymph fluid to
and from the intestine.
To and from the intestine. Intestine. Scientists recently classified the mesentery as an organ. What must be true if the mesentery is an organ? Choose
the three statements.
Three statements that apply.
Wait, Khalid. You will choose only one, and
okay.
Another one will not choose one. Yes.
What's okay, Mister? What's
I
the
hear you.
question?
This mesentery is an organ. This is explained is an organ. And he asked you what must be true if mesentery is an organ? What must be true for the mesentery or any organ generally? So you have to choose 3 statements. You will choose only one that applies. So go ahead.
It is part of an organ system.
Yes, it's part of an organ system. This is one. It must be. If it's an organ, it must be a part of an organ system. Thank you, Khalid. Faisal, are you there? فيصل. طيب بعدين بقى داوود.
Yes.
What else must be true for the mesentery if it's an organ? Yes, Dawood. Your friend said, Khalid said,
Composed of different kind of tissues.
it's composed of different types of tissues. Bravo عليك. It must be composed of different types of tissue because it's an organ, and organ consists of different types of tissues. Let's take another one. Abdulaziz Badr. What is the third statement that apply for an organ, Abdulaziz?
حرف ال A.
Abdulaziz Badr, do you hear me? Abdulaziz.
Yeah, mister, he just talk.
No, I want you to read. What حرف ال A? What's the meaning of حرف ال A? Abdulaziz Badr. We choose already A, Abdulaziz. And we choose C. We choose A and we choose C. What else? We need 3. Abdulaziz Badr. ما اسمعك
Mr.
حبيبي.
said E, not A, E.
I won't talk to him. Okay, let's pick someone else. Leave him until he fixes the problem. Abdullah Khalid Al-Husseini.
Yes.
Abdullah Khalid.
Yes.
We have chosen A or letter A here. It's part of an organ system. Any organ must be a part of organ system. And we have chosen letter C. It's composed of different kinds of tissues. What else must apply for an organ?
It's found every type of multicelled organism.
It is found in every type of multicellular organism. Are you sure from that? This means that this organ, mesentery, exists on all types of multicellular organisms?
No.
Well, supposed to be. This mesentery, you will find it in some multicellular, and some multicellular will not find this mesentery, like earthworm. It's multicellular, but doesn't have mesentery.
Yeah.
And a lot of other multicellular organisms. So this is not the right answer. So what's the right answer?
Dr. Razak can
What?
answer.
No, he would answer.
It's a group of similar or
Yes, Abdullah Khalid Al-Husseini. What's the right answer?
it's a group of similar cells that carries out of the similar function.
طيب. Bear with me, Abdulaziz. Bear with me, Abdullah Khalid Husseini. Bear with me. Stay with me, okay? Ahmed Abdurazak, go ahead.
Yes, teacher.
Is this answer letter E that your friend have answered here, right or wrong?
Teacher, it's wrong.
It's wrong. Why it's wrong? Can you explain why it's wrong?
Because teacher, it's not the same functions. It's has its specific functions, but in the body.
You see, it is group of similar cells. What's made of group similar cells? Is it organ or something else? Group
Organ.
of similar, no, not organ. Group is that made of similar cells. Similar cells make what? Does not make organ. Make what? Who knows, guys? Group of similar cells make what?
Tissue, teacher.
Tissue. So this is not organ. This is the definition of tissue. A group of similar cells that carry out the same function. This is a tissue. So this is not right. This is for the tissue. We're not for organ. Yes, Ahmed. What's the third choice for organ? Ahmed Abdurazak.
The choice for other organ is it has specific function in the body. It's B.
The answer is B. It has a specific function in the body. It has a specific function in the body. Okay, guys? Thank you for this. So the three statements that apply for an organ, it is part of organ system. An organ must be part of organ system. It has a specific function in the body. It must have a specific function in the body. It is composed of different kinds of tissues. It is composed of different types of tissues. Second question or third question? Let me pick someone. And they have Ahmed Ali Latabi.
Yes, mister.
Okay, Ahmed. Read this question.
When you go to the doctor for an analyze,
Illness.
analyst, the doctor asks you how you feel. You describe all your symptoms. Symptoms. Then the doctors make hypotheses about
hypothesis
about which organ system is having problems. Drug each set of complaints below to the organ system most likely to be having problems.
Yes. Number one.
Stomach,
Egg.
gassy, no appetite.
No appetite, yes. Or appetite. It's appetite. Yes. So these symptoms belong to what? Which of these? What nervous? What organ system?
Digestive.
Bravo, Alex. It's easy. Digestive. Okay. Let's take another one. Thank you, Ahmed. Khalid Al-Isa. Khalid Al-Isa, did you answer? I think that you answered, Khalid.
Yeah, I answer, Mister, for the material.
Yes. Muhammad Abdullah Salim Al-Aboud. Muhammad.
Yes, Mister.
Muhammad, we choose the first one, belongs to stomach. Okay. We gassy and no appetite for digestive system. Second one, read it and choose the system that belongs to. Sneezing
all the time, runny nose, trouble breathing,
coughing.
Immune system.
So this one belongs to immune system?
Yes.
You're sure, huh?
No.
No or sure? Let's take again. Respiratory. Bravo عليك. Not immune system. Nose. Immune system. Sneezing. You do like this, huh? Sneezing. And coughing. All of this are what? Belong to the respiratory system. Muhammad Yasser.
Yes, Mister.
Muhammad. Read the third symptoms here and choose the system it belongs to.
Having very hard time remembering people names, feeling sad and anxious.
Anxious.
Nervous system.
Yes, having a very hard time remembering people's names, feeling sad and anxious, feeling the emotions, all of this belong to nervous system. Last one, someone to read it. Saad Muhammad Saad. Absent. Salim Muhammad Musa Al-Isa. Salman.
Yes, teacher.
Salman, read the last one.
Seem to be catching every disease that comes around, taking a long time to get better. Immune system.
Bravo, Salman. It's immune system. So we match each symptoms to the corresponding or the right system. Thank you, Salman. Tamim al-Nashmi,
Yes.
read this question, Tamim.
2000 Bob Harmon discovered the best preserved Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton ever found. The fossilized dinosaur was sticking out of the wall of a canyon in Montana. Many scientists were eager to study the fossils. Dr. Mary Schweitzer got one of the leg bones to analyze. Dr. Schweitzer assistant dissolved the bones in acid and discovered that some soft tissue had survived even after 68 million years. The discovery was a shock to the scientific community. No one had ever found such old tissues. Dr. Schweitzer found structures identical to red blood cells and blood vessels inside the bone. Which organ system do blood cells and blood vessels belong to? Circulatory system.
Circulatory system. So he give you a scenario and ask you this question. Which organ system, blood and the blood vessels belong to? They belong to circulatory system. This scenario talking about a discovery in 2000 of Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton, and one of the scientists who studied this fossil, she studied bones of this Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton fossil. And she found that some of the soft tissues like blood and the blood vessels still survived or had survived even after 68 million. And this was a shock because it's supposed to be completely dissolved or completely decomposed. Okay, decomposed. So she discovered that in the Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton, she found inside it some blood and the blood cells, which is soft tissues. This tissue is similar to the one that we have today in our body, or that exists nowadays on all living things, red blood cells and the blood vessels that exist nowadays. It was there 68 million years ago in the dinosaurs, and that was an evidence of that. So the question is easy, but we have a scenario that we have to understand it. That's talking about red blood cells and blood vessels that exist in dinosaurs. Thank you, Tamim. The same one, we want someone to read it, but with some differences.
I have the second answer.
Ahmed Abdullah, you read before Ahmed, I think.
Yes, teacher, I answered, but can I read just without answering?
You will read later. I will let you read after answering this question. I'll make you read it, okay? But right now it's Dahilan. Turki Dahilan. Are you there, Turki? Turki Dahilan. Yeah, Turki. Okay, Turki is absent. Abdullah Nasser al-Milham.
Yes, I'm here.
Abdullah Nasser, read this question.
In 2000, Bob Harmon discovered the best preserved Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton ever found. The fossilized dinosaur was taken out of the wall of a canyon in Montana. Many scientists were eager to study the fossils. Dr. Mary Schweitzer got one of the...
Dr. Mary Schweitzer. This is a German name. Mary Schweitzer
got one of the legs bones of analyze. Dr. Schweitzer assistant dissolved the bones in the acid and discovered of the tissue that had survived even after million years. The discovery was a shock to our scientific community. No one had ever found such an old tissue. Before laying eggs, female birds store calicum inside their bones that
Calcium.
they will
Calcium.
need
Store
calcium inside their bone that they will need to make eggshells. Of bones is called a medullary bone. In the T-Rex long bone, just like
In
the
the T-Rex, Tyrannosaurus Rex, this is the abbreviation. Leg bone, yes. Dr. Schweitzer found
tissue that like the medullary bone.
medullary bone of birds, yes.
The dinosaur was female. Dr. Schwetzler's hypothesis is right. Hypothesis is right. She is the first scientist to identify the sex of the T-Rex, which organ system includes bones.
Yes, what's the right answer? Which
Skeletal
organ?
system.
Bravo, Alek. The question, after all these scenarios, this is the question. So don't be confused, huh? This is the question. What organ includes bones? It's a very easy question and a very easy answer. It's a skeletal system. Ahmed Abdelrazak, you want to read it? Thank you first, Abdullah Nasser Al-Milham. Thank you, Abdullah Nasser. And now Ahmed Abdelrazak.
Man, Bishri, can I have a question?
Yes, go ahead, man.
Can you go back to the question? Yes. Teacher, why did the like person realize just put like this whole essay and then in the last like sentence it says which organ system includes the bones? Like it just could just.
He'll link you to a scenario, to a live question from daily life, you know, related to science. So it's trying to show you the history of science and then ask you about one easy question, but link it to science. So it's showing in this scenario, it's showing you how science is working. So I'll give you example to understand more. This question is easy question, anyone can answer it. But this scenario, to understand it, you have to be a little bit higher than normal level. That's why they call it science, elevate science. For example, here, Dr. Schweitzer, to discover the gender of this fossil of T-Rex, she must know what? This information. Mute your mic. Without knowing this information, that the female birds store the calcium in some bones to use it in making eggshell, this is the information. So to be a scientist, you must have a lot of information. You must have a wide range of knowledge. But just knowing the knowledge, you will be ordinary man. But Dr. Schweitzer used this knowledge to do something new. She used her knowledge to discover the gender of T-Rex. So she knows that the layer of bone is called medullary bone, exists in the female bird. This is ordinary information. Millions or maybe hundreds or thousands of scientists know it. But she utilized this information to discover the gender of the fossil of T-Rex because she found similar bones like medullary bones in the sample of the T-Rex, okay, T-Rex leg bone. So that was a science history and the science discovery. That's how you link your knowledge to discoveries, okay? So this is the purpose of telling you a scenario, how science is working every day, how we find discoveries. You understand, man? طيب. Someone wants to read, only read without answering. It was, okay, read Ahmed, okay, read it again.
This paragraph, teacher, or whole the essay?
The whole essay, if you wish. I'll just make you read. Okay. If you want to, I'll just read.
Okay. In 2000, Bob Harmon discovered the best preserved Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton ever found. The fossil dinosaur was sticking out of the wall.
Fossilized
dinosaur was sticking out of the wall of a canyon in Montana.
Canyon. Canyon.
Canyon in Montana. Many scientists were eager to study the fossils. Dr. Mary Schweitzer,
No. Don't pronounce C. It's a Schweitzer.
Schweitzer
Yes.
got one of the leg bones to analyze. Dr. Schweitzer's assistant dissolved the bones in acid and discovered that some soft tissue had survived even after 68 million years. The discovery was a shock to the scientific community. No one had ever found such old tissues. Before laying eggs, female birds store calcium inside their bones that they will need to make eggshells. This layer of bone is called medullary bones. In the T-Rex leg bone, Dr. Schweitzer found tissue just like the medullary bones of birds. The dinosaur was a female. If Dr. Schweitzer's hypothesis is right, she is the first scientist to identify the sex of a T-Rex, which organ system includes bone.
And the answer was skeletal system. So he gives you a scenario, and this is a wonderful scenario about a discovery in science. Thank you, Ahmed Razak. Let's see the next one who would answer. Laith. Yeah, Laith.
Yes, Mr.
Okay, we have here the same scenario list, and we have some question here. Leave the scenario, and you will answer the question. One of the question. Read.
In 2000, Bob Hammond discovered the best preserved the Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton ever found. The fossilized dinosaur sticking out of the wall of a canyon in Montana. Many scientists were eager to study fossils. Dr.
Mary Schweitzer.
Got one of the leg bones analyzed. Dr.
Schweitzer's assistant.
Schweitzer's assistant to dissolve the bones acid and discovered some soft tissue and survived after
60
million years. The discovery was a shock
to the
scientific community. No one has ever found such old tissues. Next, Dr. Schweizer looked for evidence of proteins in the T-Rex tissues. She matched several samples from the protein collagen.
No. She matched several samples from the fossil to the parts of the modern protein collagen. So this is a new text here. This is a new one to the scenario. She was searching previously. She knows the gender of the T-Rex, and previously she discovered the bones and found some blood and the blood tissues, blood vessels in the bone sample. Right now, she's searching for a protein, and she's comparing the samples she had from the bone sample to the modern protein collagen. Modern means nowadays. Collagen is the type of protein that exists in our bodies on living things. Nowadays it exists in them. So she wants to know if this same kind of protein existed 68 million years ago or not. Continue reading, Majd. Dr. Schweitzer's discovery.
Yes.
Continue reading.
Yes. Considering the body organization from the atom.
No. Dr. Schweitzer's discovery was a revolutionary.
Dr. Schweitzer's discovery was so revolutionary that very few scientists believe the results.
Revolutionary. واحدة بس. Calm down.
She repeated
there is no fire. Take your time, okay? Take your time.
She repeated the experiment several times with great care.
each time she got the same results. In 2017, the scientific community finally accepted that proteins really could survive intact for 68 million years. Considering the bud organization from atoms
to organ systems. In which level of organization are protein like collagen? This is your question. Right, stop here. This is your question. You want to answer? Considering the, and fix your mic, please, and talk slowly. This is your question, Maz. Considering the body's organization from atoms to organ system, in which level of organization are proteins like collagen? So, to just make a comment before you answer, Maj, she discovered some sample. She repeated the experiment discovery supervisionally that very scientists believe. She discovered what? That there are some protein samples like collagen existed intact without changing as the same one, as the same original copy for 68 million years. So she said that the type of proteins existed in the old or extinct dinosaurs is the same types of proteins that we have nowadays.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me because your internet, not because of me. Can you answer the question, Maj? This question, can you answer it? Huh?
I can't. I can't.
You can't. Why? Sorry, let me ask another question, Maj. I can't hear you, Maj. Okay, Maj, mute your mic, mute your mic, mute your mic. Please, guys, fix your mics and be ready to answer. There is a lot of noise come with you when you're talking live. So fix your mic, my lady. Okay. Abdurrahman Abdullah al-Milham. Abdurrahman al-Milham.
Yes, teacher.
Abdurrahman,
yes.
We have here explained the scenario and we want to answer this question. Can you fit protein into one of the levels of organization from atoms to organ systems? The questions that come before this, Abdurrahman, is what are levels? You hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. I'll ask you a question, then we'll solve this question. What are levels of organization, Abdurrahman, in living things?
Living things?
What are the levels of organizations?
Levels of organizations. What did you say, teacher?
I heard myself again in your laptop.
No, teacher, my like thingy is kind of low. It's lacking.
I hear myself again, by the way. This question says, what are levels of organizations in living things? So I'll give you example. We start with cell. Cell and cell, similar cells make
what?
Similar. Can I answer?
Similar cells.
Make what?
Similar cells make a.
Can I answer?
Wait, man. Similar cells make what, Abdurrahman?
Make. Similar cells make. Can you get some?
Wait, man, wait.
I don't know.
Okay, Abdurrahman. Bear with me, Abdurrahman, and Layth. Bear with me. Man, can you answer this question?
Yes, a tissue.
Yes, tissue. Tissue and tissue make what? Different tissues make what?
An organ.
And the organ make what?
Organ system.
Organ system. Then the group of systems make what? An organism.
Organism,
okay.
Yes.
Okay. Before cells, these are the levels of organization, guys. Cells, tissues, organs, organ system, and then complete organism. Before cells, is there something? Before cells? Yes, cells made of what?
Teacher, I forgot it. I think it's called.
Cells are made of molecules, and before molecules comes atoms. So if we want to say the full range of, or the 4 levels of organization, we have atoms. Atoms make molecules. Molecules make cells. Cells make organs. Organs make organ system. Organ system make organism. So in what level of this protein is fixed or can fit into what level of this? To atoms or molecules or cells or organ system? What level? Who knows? Bravo, molecules. It fit into what molecule? So protein is a molecule. Type last question. Who want to answer last question? Describe how this level of organization fit into organization. And we have explained it. So guys, we have atoms. Atoms make molecules. A group of different molecules make cell. Cells, similar cells make tissue. Different tissues make organ. Organ and organ make organ system. Group of organ system make a whole organism. And the protein, not only protein, carbohydrates, fats, all of this can fit into what? Can fit into the molecules part, molecules. The level smaller than or comes before the cell level. So cell is made up of different types of molecules. One of them are protein. Okay, guys? So if you want to fit or organize or classify protein like collagen, it will fit into the molecule level. Molecule, not atoms, not cells, but in the molecule. The second level after atoms. The second level after atoms. We have 1 minute left. I will remind you with your project. And again, I have uploaded all the previous sessions
Mister,
about
I don't know
revision.
the project where it is.
What?
I don't know the project where it is.
I just explained it today. I've just explained it.
Mister, can we leave?
I have explained it to Abdulaziz Badr in the beginning of the session. You will go and search for any project on YouTube or Google using nervous system plus project and search it until you find the project about it. And again, go to your videos on Classera and you'll find a video titled project, then see the instruction and do another one. Thank you guys and see you. And it's 10 marks, 10 points. You can leave right now.